Today is the 8th of June 2024 and you, my friend, are taking life way too seriously. Yeah, stop taking life so seriously. Damn it. Yep, that's what I want to talk about in this journal entry. And if you've been following along this journal series, type the word journey. Let me know. I'm always really curious. Who's following me on this journey? This past weekend, I ran my stage workshop in Sydney, and we had students come from all over the world. We had people from Austria, New Zealand, Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, the US, all over Australia. It was an incredible event, and there was this one moment that stood out to me that really emotionally moved me. And I documented it. And I want to talk about it here in this journal entry. During the first day at lunch, I went off to have a break. It took about 20 minutes. And I spent the last 20 minutes back in the theatre working on my slides. And I was the only one in the theatre. And then what happens is all of a sudden, one of my students walks through the door and I look at him, he looks at me. I'm thinking, why are you back here? I need to work on my slides still because I haven't finished preparing my slides. And then he smiles at me and I could tell by his facial expression that he really wanted to tell me something. So I smile in return, indicating, come on down. And we have this beautiful interaction. And this student of mine is in his mid-60s. And we'll just call him Brian, okay? Brian walks down, really sweet man. And he says the following to me. I was so moved by it, I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. And he says, far out, young man. I've been so serious my whole life. And I've realized that I have an inner child that exists within me that I've been suppressing my whole adulthood life. For the first time, Vinh, you've helped me realize that I can be playful without coming across as an idiot. I never laughed the way I've laughed this weekend. I've never played as hard as I've played this weekend. I haven't done these things for the last 20 to 30 years, Vinh. Thank you for giving this old man a second chance at being a kid again. It was that last sentence that got me. Thank you for giving this old man a second chance at being a kid again. I'd never heard anybody say that phrase before, so it tickled my brain. Such a beautiful moment, you know. If you doubt that as adults we take life too seriously, the next time you're with kids, it might be your kids, it might be your nephews and nieces, I want you to try something if you doubt that adults take life too seriously. Just ask the kids, while they're playing and they're all being silly and they're being joyful, just go, hey, I want to challenge you to pretend to be an adult. And if you do it well, everyone's going to get lollies. And then, you motivate them. And then all of a sudden they're being playful and I go, oh, okay, be an adult. Okay, I am now an adult. Where is my briefcase? I need to go to work. I'm going to be late. The traffic's going to be really bad. Make sure you put the clothes in the laundry basket. Don't make me tell you twice. Oh, it's so funny. Kids have this beautiful innocence about them where they can reflect to you the truth and it doesn't offend you. It's so beautiful. And in that little experiment, if you ever try it, you see a reflection of reality. As adults, we take life far too seriously. And I'm not saying this to you because I don't take life seriously. Shit, I take life way too seriously sometimes. To me, this is a reminder to me, myself, that, come on, Vinh, this whole life is too damn short for you to be serious all the time. Let's not forget to be playful. And in my classes, I push my students to be playful, to give you context, because I say to them, a drill, a hammer, a shovel, these are tools that we use. However, when it comes to your voice is an instrument. Do you use a guitar? Do you use a piano? No. You play a piano, you play a guitar, you should play with your voice. So I get them to be vulnerable and play with their voice and have a little bit of fun. And there's always a couple of hands that go up to say, no, Vinh, I can't do that. Because I don't want to come across as being a fool. I don't want to be silly. And I think there's a big difference between being silly and having a good play. So I looked it up just in case I was being an idiot. And the definition of being silly is weak-minded or a lack of good sense, being stupid or being foolish. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not telling you to be weak-minded, lacking good sense, being stupid or being foolish. No, I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you to play. And to me, the definition of play is very different. It's intentionally doing something that brings you joy. Right? I'm not telling you to be silly, but often what happens as adults, because we take life too seriously, we associate play with being silly, whereas being silly and playing, they're two very different things. And do you know the benefit of play? I get my students to play all through my workshop, and they don't realize why I'm doing this. I'll tell you here though, right? There's a method behind the madness. My students are coming to my class to learn something that frightens the hell out of most adults: public speaking, communication skills, right? Most people are scared of this. So again, I get them to play because one of the biggest benefits of play is that it reduces anxiety and it reduces stress. That's the first benefit. The second benefit of play is that the people that you play with, you increase the levels of rapport that you feel with them. It increases the level of bonding that you feel with others. It increases the level of connection that you feel with the people you're playing with. How good's that? Reduce levels of stress and anxiety, increasing the bonding, rapport, and connection that you feel with the people you're doing the class with. More than this, it increases your level of creativity. It increases your level of presence. And you know what the kicker is? It's fun, and you feel a sense of joy while you're doing it. Is there a greater list of benefits than the list of benefits I've just described to you? If there was something you could do in your life that brought you those things, would you not want it? And the beautiful thing is we can all access that by playing. So my message to you is simple here. This weekend, take out some time and forget productivity. Forget about being effective. Forget about being efficient. Bugger it. Find something and just play. Find something to just do where the primary goal of that thing that you're going to do is just to have fun. You know, later my son and I are going to just get the tennis ball machine, and then we're going to set it to shoot tennis balls out as fast as possible. We're going to stand all the way on the other side of the tennis court, and we're going to dodge tennis balls. Why? Because it's fun. It's going to just be fun, right? So schedule some time and do something fun. I've just got a couple of thoughts I wanted to share with you, right? So the first one is rediscover joy and go find something just fun to do. Have a good time. I think in the world we live in today, we're so focused on being productive that we've forgotten how to have a good time, and we just take life too seriously. Second thing, embrace laughter. Watch something that makes you laugh. Connect with one of your friends that always makes you laugh. Have dinner. Reach out to them. You know, we always have that friend of one of the friends that we have that just brings out that silly part of us. Go find that person again. Right? Reconnect with them. Be curious. I love the way kids approach life. They look at life with a sense of curiosity, and you know they want to go out there and discover how things are done. I'm sitting here with all this fence because part of my fence on my property was broken, and I thought, you know what? I'm really curious. I want to learn how to fix the fence. So I did it, and it sucks. It looks terrible, but it was fun. I enjoyed it, and I felt like a man. It made me feel good. Again, be curious. Find something that piques your curiosity and then just go do it. Let go of perfection. I think being a perfectionist is one of the greatest barriers to playing. Because playing requires you to let go of being perfect. And it requires you to be okay with making mistakes. I think being a perfectionist is one of the biggest things that stops us from playing. So let go of trying to be perfect. I wasn't trying to be perfect when I was fixing the fence, trust me. And connect with others who are good at playing. You know, I've got a couple of friends who are really playful, and there are times in my life when things get too serious. I always reach out to them and say, hey, do you mind coming down hanging out? Because I'm having a bit of a hard time in life, and I just want to play. You want to come down and just play? Don't be afraid to reach out and ask others, do you want to play? Those are my thoughts on play. Do you still play? Do you take life too seriously? How do you play? Tell me. I'd love to hear from you.